semifinal. It is time to determine the opponent of Lin, who won the game against Focus. Sok versus 120. The third Korean making it into the semifinal was Sok after an impressive win over Moon yesterday. 120 defeated Fortitude with a 2-0, and now today he's facing the same matchup. He looked really strong yesterday against Human. He looked very strong on Thursday against Human. But Sok beat Happy at WGL, and if that's not a sign of strength in this matchup, I don't know what is. We start on Concealed Hill.
Yeah, we bring up this game a lot between Sok and Happy, and that absolutely was outstanding. Was one of the very few people who could take out Happy. But I think historically, this has been favoring 120, hasn't it?
Yeah, what are the stats? Like 12-3 or something? It looked very one-sided. You're absolutely right.
13-2.
13-2, yes.
In fact.
I wouldn't be too surprised if that's a little upset, though. When was the last time they met? It was the April Pro Qualifier, actually. And there was a 2-1 for 120. What's up? What?
Todd linked the linked the video. You don't get it. It's the coffin coffin dance meme.
All right. Whatever. Concealed Hill. It is Sok on the bottom left. It's already quite hard, and thank God we don't see a Dreadlord. We have no expansion. This is straight up. And I wonder, what's the harass strat for 120 gonna be here?
So, yeah. Normally, Sok plays fast expansion. He's rather predictable in that regard. Fast expansion, nice gyros. I'm not sure. Was that an MK?
What?
Was that an MK?
Yes.
MK lab creep? What? Well,
okay.
That's wild.
Probably feeling the need to do a little bit of craziness. He's a very good MK player. With bold surrounds, he can take out the pace of the game, force 120 back, kill some fiends early.
This brings me back to WCG last year, where it was TH versus Side, who played MK Tier 2 Expo on this map, and looked so good. And that game, that day, by the way, sparked my whole Inner Fire Rifles ideology. Because it looked so good that day.
It did. What is the creep route for 120, by the way? Turtles into orange?
Yeah, 120's new meta in this matchup seems to be no harassment of the expansion, but rather creep level 2, get 2 items, and then come in to harass. And I guess if you creep the turtles first, you take a little bit less damage, maybe. And you get the full experience from both camps, so that's even a little bit of progress towards level 3. Quite a bit of mana used here to get this show on the road. Oh, MK is gonna be taking another yellow here, the Ogre camp.
Dude, this expansion is so late. Doesn't that play into the hands of 120 as he's taking so much time early?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, if he has all this time for all these footmen, and if he creeps the expo with like 8 or 9 militia, then it doesn't matter how many he loses, almost. And 120 is expecting to come south. Did he have a scout? I think he didn't, right?
Oh, not sure.
120 is completely blindly expecting this expansion to basically be coming up right now, and he's like, huh, you're not even here yet. That's weird. There was
a scout echo. Okay.
There's the corpse.
Alright, that's quite some militia. That's quite some 5 footmen already. And a lot of mana to use for Stormbolt. So Coil vs Stormbolt. What's gonna get the last hits? 140 down already, but that's level 3. And this is where things get really scary for 120. Clap 2!
Alright, we've been wondering recently, how do you deal with this skeleton harass?
Yep. That's the answer. Clap again.
Clap, I guess.
Dude, that's a pretty cool answer to this.
Stormbolt on the DK, aiming for that surround. There's an anti-surround attempt. Oh man, he almost kept it closed.
Yeah. Another worker very, very hurt. The Fiend could get the last hit. It's 2 footies down, but one of them denied. Yeah, the 6 Echo harass, the 6 Skeleton harass was a game-winning move by 120 on Thursday. But this is the answer. This is the answer. It's fascinating, man. The first match of they played a GSL style group. The first match was a super easy 2-0. Second match, Sock was getting better and better. Was a 2-1 in the end. Oh, is it still enough though? Oh, he cancels it!
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a cancel. How was that even possible?
Sick read by 120 that he knows so well the damage values and at what point he can right-click this thing down. And that's the problem with the MK. Always has been. Once you run out of mana, he is trash. Especially if you don't have bash.
Do you need an early shop with clarities or something? It's so hard to make it work now. Okay, DK just healing up. Expo is coming in now. 3 fiends though. That's a nightmare for the towers. And skeleton harass again.
Might even lead to another kill. No water elementals here to deal with these. No range damage from an AM to deal with these. But of course there is a strength that the MK has, which is the Stormbolt Surround Threat. Much easier to get fiend kills that way. But you need mana for it. So normally when you play AM, you want to start the tech first and then go for the shop. So you can boost up the tier 2 speed. Don't know if Sock can afford to do this here. He needs clarities badly.
Yeah, that's the downside. I think maybe one of the collabs was not really necessary, but yeah, if you can buy some time with the surround here, vanilla surround doesn't even need the bolt for it. Trying to coil out, has a Nova as well. Almost counter blocking this. Okay, Nova arrives and it's time for the footman to leave that battlefield.
And the downside here also is you have Stormbolt 1 right now. Against Skeletons, Clap 2 is really good. Against Fiend DKs, it's pretty trash, because statues.
And it slows them down still, so you might get some surrounds. But it's not the necessary number of footmen anymore. 120 took out 2 in the very early, and then more after. Tier 3, of course, on the way as well. Sock's Expo didn't really pay off. It's not secured. He has to call Militia. Dude, 120 is such a monster versus you in these days. Coronova survives for now. Another surround in the DK. He's really reliant on these surrounds to stick and do some damage, but 120 is just always having a coil, always fighting out.
Yeah. Excellent statue uptime, always in range, and never really threatened.
GG. That did not work out as well.
Fake plastic tea, thank you for the 15 months. Alright, MK experiment tried, MK experiment failed.
Quite some quick games here today in the semis.
Risky to play MK on this map. I think on easier Expo maps, like Echo and LR, it can still work when you just... The MK's sole purpose is to use Stormbolt on the DK or on Fiends, whatever's around. Go for surrounds and still be able to creep the Expo easily and quickly. That's not exactly the case on Concealed. But okay. Tried something new. Doesn't work out there.
So if you have this level 2 creep into harass for 120, don't you have to go super fast expansion?
I'm not sure what the proper play against it is. I haven't seen a really good counter yet because...
No, me neither.
Like, whether he comes in time to harass your expansion or whether he comes later, peasants will die. And I think it's a very safe and smart play by 120 nowadays, because if you go for 1 creep camp into harass early, so no level 2, and you come in before the Expo is crept, then you kind of give the opportunity to your human opponent to deal with a DK harass really well and to possibly not get anything with the coil acid seals and stuff. But once the peasants are constructing the expansion, they're standing there. They're stuck there. And then they're really easy to kill. And MK Clap level 2 is a good idea against that Skeleton Harass, yes. But against everything else, he's just so much worse than an AM.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he was hoping for more impact on that Clap. He didn't get a Fiend or anything. It was just a build against the skeletons. And you spend like 2 skill points you really don't want to spend against the very early Harass. Feels like it's a little too heavy. And level 2 Stormbolt was missing so hard. And mana. I mean,
yeah, there's a reason we don't see MK on the top level that much anymore. On lower levels and on ladder, it can definitely still work, but these top undeads just know how to abuse and play around the MK extremely well.
yeah.
Map 2, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a return to the AM. What that map is going to be, we're going to find out here in a moment. I think LR nowadays is a pretty good human map. That comment recently got me timed out on Todd's channel. No, that's not true. That's not true. I got timed out for saying, yes, Todd, I agree. I think Cryptlord needs a buff.
You deserve every time out in the world. Thank you, Matt, for the 15-month resub. Good morning. Okay, that to translate that is really hard. Good morgen, liebe Sorgen, seid ihr auch schon wieder wach? Hells yeah, thank you, it's ridiculous, and Max for the subs as well. Early morning stream, 1,700 viewers. If we have games like this, why not? But yeah, it could be a quick semi-final. This is 3-0 for 1-0 in the playoffs. Seems undefeatable. In this matchup, at least. Thank you, Lynx, for the Prime sub.
In the group stage, he did in fact lose to Chimiko with 2-0, but here today against Sock, so far he's looking really good.
4th time they meet this year. Huya Super League was a 2-1, and then last week in the before mentioned GSL style group, in the winner bracket semifinal 2-0 for 1-0, and then in the lower bracket 2-1 for 1-0. So it's not like Sock is without chances when he's playing 1-0, but Necromancer always a little ahead. What's next? It's Sock's map now. This must be the best chance he has. And we'll see the
starting any second.
Yeah.
Still waiting for the next human revolution to come in.
Without their influencer
against
without their 2 biggest influencers, it's quite hard though. TH and Infi not playing too much human anymore.
What about the god player Thorzane? When are we finally going to see Pally Rifles?
He is a very good player. He is very creative, but for some reason he's not an influencer. People just don't follow his ideas.
Do you need to set up an Instagram account for him maybe?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you, eer092 for the tier 1 sub, and Nifix for the Prime. Best game entertainment at Twitch. Thank you very much.
Why does every human try to fast expand versus undeads? Can't they win without fast expansion? They can, but it seems to be the best strategy if it goes up perfectly. Now, I was talking about the revolution of last year when when TH and Infi were playing one base tier 3 rush for inner fire rifles, which for a long time looked really good, but only for a certain amount of time. After a while there, the top undeads seem to find the proper answer against that as well. Let's head into our second map. 1-0 in the lead. Sock follows up again with another MK first. Wow.
Okay.
That surprises me a ton.
So, this was the map that was kind of decided in 5 minutes with the 6 skeletons tearing everything apart. Is he doing it again, or does he not want to expose his timings too much? I feel like the MK build is supposed to be a counter that will it work better on Northern Isles than it did on Concealed. And how greedy, how aggressive, how fast is the expansion creep?
Yeah, I don't think he can creep the Tuskars, can he? That camp's too hard, right? Without water elementals? The altar is pointing south, but that's a hard camp.
Well, first Stonebolt used here already for an Acolyte.
Oh wow, he's actually creeping the Tuskars. What?
Oh,
How many militia is he taking?
Yeah.
Must be at least 6.
That's a super late attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7, okay. This camp has a lot of damage. Oh man, 2 militia already super hurt.
One just died.
Yeah. Honestly, this might even be better than losing it to the skeleton. I'm not sure. Alright,
This is level 2. Big invul potion. Wonder if it's clap or bash again. And yeah, 1-0 taking things slow. Again. Circlet. Nice. 2 rods of necromancer remaining.
Oh damn, Checky is in chat. Checky, are you getting PTSD right now? MK first is back.
And it is a late expansion once again. Tuskar into green.
Yeah, this gives 1-0 all the time in the world once again to creep quick level 2.
Yes.
Grab up 2 items if he gets a mantle here. That's insane drops for him. Oh, Cloak is actually really good against MK.
We have clap again. Okay, here's the creep. It's not Tuskar green, but Tuskar green Expo. The Root of Necromancy, and let's go. Crucial moment for Sock. One skeleton expires. The Magi goes to him relatively easy. Item is a Ring of Protection.
Timing for Sock works actually pretty nicely. Like, this works perfectly. This seems to be the best anti-1-0 opening. Tuskar into this little green into Expo.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is 4 skeletons. This is 6 skeletons. And this is where usually the slaughter begins.
Yeah, peasants will still die, but at least the MK is level 3, you know? If the DK is here sooner, and he steals 2 last hits, suddenly his MK is stacked on level 2.
He's not harassing the expansion, he's switching things up again. He's going for the main. It's a tower though! Sock learning! From the Amazonia fiasco.
Dude, this is
no
pretty
damage
easy so far.
This is no damage.
Botched early game by 1-0.
I think it's Sock being ready for this. Sock knowing that this is coming. Adjusting his creep route, having a great timing, having the arcane tower in the main up. 1-0 is just trying to play the same thing like 6 times in a row. And on concealed, Sock was almost ready.
Yeah, I think 1-0 was surprised how quick this expansion came up. Like when the opponent goes Tuskar into green into Expo, you think you have time to creep level 2 and still be in time to harass. But it didn't quite work out. And now very evasive creeping by 1-0. He knows about the threat of the Stormbolt.
Yeah, he started to creep this camp super early, like a year ago already. Still works. MK has not decided for a third spell. This could be Stormbolt, and with that, way more powerful. Limited mana on the DK. These hunting fiends, coil is ready, TP out. Not the highest damage rolls, of course. Stormbolt cooldown is enough. Fiend safe, but TP gone.
And that TP gone could lead to an easy Stormbolt surround kill on the DK, perhaps. I think this is the right play here by Sock. Don't creep up more. Abuse your strength of the level 3 MK right now. At least until the Lich is out.
Yeah, big map dominance for Sock right now. How high can he get this MK? Not even level 3 for the DK yet. Love the tele staff. Harassing DK just like against the Warden. You see this more and more.
Oh, you don't want to throw footies away with an MK. This is your Stormbolt surround backup. He's gonna lose 1 here, it seems.
Denied. Whew, this is so much time for Sock. Glad that his adjustments work out. And it's not a super quick 2-0 again, just like against Fortitude.
The problem with MK, though, is always, once there's 2 statues and 5 fiends, even when there's no tier 3 yet, it's so hard to deal with that with MK. Everything's melee, you can get kited like crazy. Frost armor will probably be in effect, as we can see here. Let's with Frost armor first. And this is a very weird run by attempt. This is not a very smart approach. I mean, he's keeping 1-0 on his side of the map for a little bit.
Because it's already level 2 Lich. With 1 camp.
Yeah, and that's the problem. How do you contest this Fiend army now? If it's only 1 DK and 3 Fiends, yeah, MK with level 2 Stormbolt and a few footies is great. But once there's a few statues out and a Lich, that paradigm shifts. Double barracks, mass rifles.
But he's not there. Oh, he can go for that now. Tier 2 is not finished. Okay, second attack for 1-0. Is it time to close out this game? Supply is looking equal. 3 and 2 heroes. No progress on this MK. He really wants the tome gone. I don't think it's
going for an actual meat wagon push. I haven't seen that in years. Oh, the SimCity not quite perfect to protect these towers.
Arcane Tower also hitting the Fiends. Only good mana for 1-0. Multitasking for Sock slipping a little. Also 800 gold. Needs to spam the units now. I think his plan is to kill the Tome of the Tome off to deny statues, so we don't have a destroyer. But whew, that's rough.
All right, Militia called from the main. There's 1 Stormbolt, and actually the DK is out of mana. This should be a kill here. Oh, mana potion.
Yes.
Didn't see that.
And now the Mountain King is out of mana. Can go for a potion, of course, as well. It's so many Fiends, though. Frost Armor again. Doing a wonderful job. 2 towers still up. Peasants are suffering. When are the reinforcements coming from the main? When are the rifles coming? Heal potion and mana potion. Big investment for Sock.
Needs a second hero, though. Needs a Blood Mage, probably. Or something.
Holding on to D alive. 1-0. Pushing for the grand final against Lin.
And it's kind of similar to map 1, you know, early game MK, his level 3 impact is pretty good. But the transition into the late against the undead mass fiends, pretty underwhelming.
Lightning shield used greatly again. Rifles are falling, singled out. Footmen don't do anything in this fight. Close to level 3 Lich. Blood Mage is finally there.
Alright, can he turn the tide? The DK is kind of stuck there. Oh.
Stormbolt. No
There's
TP.
no TP anymore.
Yep.
This is his best chance.
Blood Mage is coming in as well. Trying to fight out with new skeletons.
Invul transfer though.
Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, nuke on the Blood Mage. He is not the savior he needs to be so far. Level 3 Lich.
And level 4 DK, if he wants to play it really safe, can even go for Death Pact. Which in fact he did.
Mana transferred now. Invul is soon to be over. Fiend is falling with that clap, but the DK is out! Needs another Stormbolt. The potion was huge, and the mana transfer, of course. Stormbolt hits him, and that is a dead DK with the clap. Double damage spells used.
Oh, wait a minute.
And Sock holds.
Mistake by 1-0 not to go for the Death Pact in time. But the DK is going to be bought back from the tavern.
Yeah,
and there was a lot of mana invested.
It was 2 potions. And I don't think he can afford tier 3. He's super low lumber now.
Yeah, Sock's just going to stay tier 2, mass those rifles. Oh, big reveal coming in from the lab. It's 2 fiend kills.
6 supply gone. Supply equal now. 1-0 didn't decide to go for either Aura 2 or Death Pact. With that build, should be Death Pact.
I did go Death Pact.
Mana Stone.
Already.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, Mana Stone. Great one.
But there's some juicy creeping here for Sock. Normally this stayed in the game. The unit has full map control. Is that a mechanical critter right there? Did he just summon a mech critter?
What?
I saw some animation next to the Blood Mage.
Ah.
And suddenly there was a chicken. I think there's normally no chickens on this map, isn't there?
No. Yeah.
Wait, we can't see it on the minimap though. So I think I'm mistaken.
Wait.
I thought for a second though we did. No, wait, it is!
It is!
You can see it on the minimap. It's a mechanical critter.
It's just because it's the blue ground color. Mechanical critter. What the hell? Didn't we just talk about it 2 days ago? What would you change with mechanical critter so it's actually useful? Well,
is he actually gonna stab on the mech critter? That would be hilarious.
that would be such a Sock play. Sock, Chimiko, and Lawlight. Those two, three.
Blood Mage, very close now to level 3. That's the big level up for him. Got an invul as well, double invul in fact. Plus heal scrolls.
Okay, push towards the expansion again. Sokka's coming home to defend. Dark Ranger third.
Her purpose to stop Siphon, mainly.
Banish Bolt combo. Will we see more hero kills? Mana's looking good. Invo potion very early. So Snowball Fiesta. 2 heal scrolls. Clap as well. Burning through this. No mana potion. But we have a walking mana potion, which is the Blood Mage level 2. For the Siphon. But MK
Good kiting by 120. Staying properly at range. Making it hard for the MK here to find the kills. But now the Fiends are in deep. Good silence on the MK. Preventing the next Stormbolt.
Siphon is so sick. Such a great spell. But yeah, silence over and over. The spell now could go for the Lich. Not willing to. But it feels like Sock has weathered the storm.
Getting up higher and higher in supply. Once he gets to 70, 75, maybe we're going to see tier 3, but probably not that before that. Needs to make sure he has the numbers first. Big red camp item. Not picking it up. Okay. For a second that was like desync.
No. Unholy Aura it is. Here we go. Siphon again. Man, this clap starts to hurt on the Fiends, but yeah, for the damage, of course, you're right. Stat use, but for the slow, that's really good, so you can catch up with the rifles. Need some... Oh, there was a potion! A-bombs are coming in. Good counter to that, of course. Disease Cloud spread. Next clap. Boy, these Fiends are just disappearing. 55 supply only. Nova must hit hard, but how can we use Nova when there is Banish? Reveal used against the Burrow. I love that. You shall not forget about that anymore.
Disease Cloud really starting to stack up. Sock on the way back, or is he? Wants to take out this A-bomb.
Ooh, MK has no potions anymore. Also no TP. Gotta be careful. 1 heal scroll. Might be forced into that soon. There we go. And the Siphon over and over and over again. No mana anymore for 120. And needs to transfer to the Mountain King. Mountain King is the absolute carry. Without his spells, he can't win. Staff out now.
Back and forth fight here. Both players suffering losses. Question is, did Sock go to tier 3? With tier 3, he's getting massive upgrades. But did he feel that he had the space to do this?
With all the items, I doubt it. Another mana potion here. Did we lose the critter? That's the most important question, of course. No tier 3. Blood Mage and DK meet at the shop. Invo potion for the DK.
Warcraft has been doing a great job so far. Not presenting easy targets to Sock. Yeah, he lost some units, but DK never overexposed. Fiends rarely overexposed.
This is a great game. First, in the harass, 1-0, walking into a wall. Then this crazy fight. And then Sock holds. Almost traps the DK. That is a nice back and forth between these two.
MK level 5. What's he going for? Stormbolt or Clap? I must say I've been pretty impressed with Clap. Looking much better than usually it does against Fiends.
Forces him also to use Seal Scrolls now, apparently. Pendant of Energy for the DK. And we have another fight. MK level 5. Silence! Nice! That would have been a big clap, but he's breaking through it. And but this 1-0 army, how is he supposed to fight this? No Nova. Can't get the AoE. A-bomb is dead already. These claps are super sick. Cat. Oh, lag. Okay.
Yeah, he's right-click following this MK really hard. That kind of looks like a bit of a disconnect, maybe. Or at least a big lag. The whole Fiend army chasing after the Mountain King. But the Siphon there really seems to be turning the tide. The mana superiority in the late stages. No Nova, no Coil. And the Dark Ranger's mana doesn't matter that much. Game resumes.
Okay. And he's backing off. Still Fiends in the ground. Could be revealed again.
Didn't notice, though, that there was a burrow.
64 supply.
This Expo seems to be a kill. 1-0 super far away. Can't TP up here.
Yeah. Can't even unsummon anymore. The Acolyte was killed right away with the Stormbolt, and that counter Expo play didn't work out.
But it's 2 more camps going to 1-0. That's 2 level ups, that's 3 items.
Is that enough, though? Thank you, Swift, for the 3-month resub. Did Sock go to tier 3 now? I think you really can't afford it, right?
He's been sitting at 64 for a long time now. He's also got a lot of gold. I think he just started the Paladin. Level Valor and level 5 DK. Level 3 Dark Ranger. Look at all that agi for the Dark Ranger, oh my god.
Don't get me mad. What's the solution to Clap? Second expansion, I think, in the upper left for Sock now. Push by 1-0. The A-bombs don't work. The Fiends don't work. What will work? No Banshee transition possible. Trying to brute force the A-bombs into this build. Oh, what's on battle drums?
Ooh.
Expensive. 1,200 gold for 1-0. Staying in no upkeep all the time.
Another expansion coming up, but that one's certainly going to be cancelled. Thanks to the aura, 1-0 certainly faster across the map. And now he sees it with the Acolyte.
Okay, he can cancel that, but that is a lot of time. Again, that's gonna be 80 supply. It's 3 heal scrolls and the Paladin. Kind of hard to bring in the orb into this hero build. But staffs. Staffs will help a lot. Oh boy, that clap once again. 1-0 is 1 heal scroll exactly. No TP for him either. Has to walk with the Unholy Aura. That's kind of nice, but against Clap and Stormbolt. Can he reach? Can he reach? Can he reach? Oh, okay, with the Bolt. Has a mana potion. Goes for that Clap. This is such sick damage, man. Once this build is online, it's really strong. Siphon. No clap again with the mana potion consumed. The paladin falls though, but the Dark Ranger is about to follow. There we go. No silence anymore. As long as the Blood Mage survives, this seems to be good. Of course, big trade with level 1 versus level 3 hero. And 1-0 is still on an upkeep. He got a lot of kills, of course. But this Mountain King seems overwhelming. DK super low. Lich super low. Gets a coil once more. The wagons. Yeah, they're exposed now.
Very hard to make these wagons work. Good for spreading the disease cloud, but hard to actually get good right-click damage in the fights.
We burned through a lot of the consumables, but we still have 2 heal scrolls. For Sock.
Oh, inner fire now.
Yeah, inner fire. Nice Nova. Level 5 Lich. Sweet coil to save that one. Dodges the Stormbolt with an Invo Potion. Really well done. And Sock is losing quite a few units over there. Mana's low despite the Blood Mage. Doesn't have the time to transfer. And 1-0 stays alive in this fight. Wow. And expands at the same time. Okay. Sock knows about this expo. Backs up. Dude, if 1-0 wins this, this is one of the craziest turnarounds. Tanks. Oh, I love that play by Sock. Just making sure that there's no second base coming up. Not the biggest investment, but hard to deal with.
Mains are expiring very soon here, so it's important to establish new bases. Also for Sock, there's not much gold in this natural on Northern Isles.
1,000 gold for 1-0, banking hard. Lich has sick right clicks, so even if there's no mana, he's there for a reason. Dark Ranger's still benched.
All gold mines just expired at the same time.
We do have stabs. We actually get an orb. No income anymore. Sock at 64. 1-0 breaking upkeep now as well. Okay.
Oh, dude, this is so close.
This time there's no Brilliance Aura for free mana. Mountain King 5/5. Sock is expanding bottom right. If that goes.
5/5/3 undead heroes. Especially this Lich against the rifles.
That's
crazy.
Force. Okay, let's get this mana. We have 1 invul. That's the and a mana potion on the Dark Ranger. We'll probably hand it over though. Yeah, on the DK. That's time for Sock's Expo though. 7 Peasants power build.
Almost everything being unsummoned. 1-0 trying to get as much money as he can.
Yeah. And only 4 items from the shop. Oh, they're meeting here. This is not what 1-0 wants to fight yet. And the critter is apparently still up. Sock knows everything.
The critter to bring him to victory.
I don't want to say that.
It's a lot of fiends. That's a ton of fiends.
But there's also big claps. Mana sustain is so key for this next fight. Okay.
64 versus 64.
Let's start this clap in the middle of everything. Silence now. Mountain King in the middle. Oh my god, what's he doing? Where's the holy light? There it is. But how to get out? The MK just dies. Oh, Sock, what a throw! He has no gold to get him back. He's at 0 gold. No control. No Stormbolt. No clap. No hope.
Well, there goes the game. GG. The late game weakness of this build, I guess, the single target heal. Too much damage towards the front line, and without an invul, especially dangerous. Looked like Sock had it there for a while, but 1-0 clutches it out with a 2-0.
That's so unfortunate. What a great adjustment to 1-0's play. What a great early game. What great holds over and over and over and over again. Great fights. And then There's Undead. There's Coil Nova. And then there's no MK anymore.
Yeah. And in a game like this also, it can come as a big surprise. There was very little hero focus really in that game. Yeah, on the level 1 Paladin, but that's a level 1 hero. But then late game, 5-5 heroes, Lich and DK. You really need a level 3 Pally at this point in the game. But so hard to reach because you're delaying tier 3 for so long, but because you just have to survive. You know, this was one of the first times that we saw this MK rifle play, and it didn't look bad. Maybe Sok can work on that. Maybe he can model it into a winning strategy.
Yeah, he's getting closer and closer and closer. But it's not there yet. So 3rd and 4th place go to Focus and Sok. It's about the big monies now. $7,000 for the next best of 5. It is a dream match coming up. It is a GCS final rematch coming up. It's Lin versus 120. The War Chief versus the Necromancer for the title in next spring. See you in a bit.